Hello friends, Disclosure Artist here, and today I'm going to be discussing my out-of-body experience, and I would like to take this opportunity to distinguish it from any sleep paralysis or lucid dreams that I may have had. I'm going to do that in a separate video. Um, this was a completely different experience, and strangely enough, my mother has also had an out-of-body experience that she had at the exact same period, approximately, in her life. That she was around the same age when she had hers. Her experience, from what I understand, was a lot more profound than mine. She actually, as she's described to me, left her body, went flying through the sky, up high, and began to grow anxious at the fact that she was getting too far away, that she might not be able to return to her body. So, yeah, she had a completely different experience than I did. Hers, I think, affected her greatly. I don't know if she could sleep or eat for a week or what it was that, I'm sure she was talking about it for months. But anyway, my experience um, occurred um, within the last 3 years. I had been driving um, late at night when I retreated or ended my evening by meeting up with my partner and sleeping at their family's place. Um, and it was in a bedroom with a twin-size bed. It was a real small bed, and my partner and I were cuddled up together, if you will, on the same bed. And there was a bit of a vaulted ceiling. I don't know if all of these features and details that I'm describing have something to do with it or affect the episodes themselves, but I'm willing to bet that there's something to do with it. But basically, yeah, the ceilings were at least 10 to 20 feet high, and I was sleeping directly on my back, and my partner was curled up on top of me with a leg and an arm draped over me. And like I said, I've had flying dreams, I've had jumping dreams. These are reoccurring themes for me. Not to mention the UFO dreams that I've had, but this was something completely different. I've also had dreams where, I felt like I was observing physical reality, but this was completely different. I was laying on my back, and somewhere in some state of awareness, in some state of consciousness, I was able to observe what I can only describe as the feeling of being pulled out of my body. I felt as though my etheric being, self, my light body, whatever it was, my consciousness was pulled 5 to 10 feet out of my body. It felt as though I didn't have control over the experience. It didn't seem as though I was the one in control leaving my own body. I felt as though I was being drawn out against my will, because there would be moments when I'd be feeling as though I were floating above my body, and then I would get sucked right back in. I would zap right back in. I would feel the breathing of my partner, and then I would grow conscious of my physical body, and then my experience would snap back into myself laying on my back on the mattress, almost between breaths. It was almost like a tug of war experience between my physical self anchoring my light body self as I was being drawn out of my body. It felt as though some force, be it an advanced entity, consciousness, parked directly above the condo. We don't know. I don't know if there was a being in the room doing something. I don't know if there were invisible entities that were somehow affecting my experience of my sleep. I'm not sure exactly. I could only begin to surmise what the purpose of the experience was, but I think it's very interesting that the coincidences that it happened to my mother around the same time as well. And yep, that's my experience. That's my out of body experience. Make of it what you will, folks. Stay well and take care of yourselves.